it's called rock and roll. They say it's gonna die, but honey, please let's face it. Well, I just don't know what's going to replace it. Ballads and eucalyptus have got nothing on. Country music, it just drives along. Oh, honey, move it. After Living Doll, I of course wanted to get to Move It by Cliff Richard, and back then still the Drifters. Later they of course became the Shadows. This was released in '58, became Cliff's first big record, and this is rock and roll. I'm pretty excited to get to it finally, because I grew up with it, not as in through my parents, not necessarily that I was born already just yet. Now, so, rock and roll, what you need are 3 chords, in this case in the key of E. And then, of course, you want to throw in this particular groove. I do have to say, I've been watching Cliff playing it by himself, because that's pretty much how most of my lessons are intended, as in if you have like one guitar, one vocal part, how are you going to approach it? So I always love it when you can find artists playing it by themselves. And then he would indeed play those chords, obviously, with this groove, or he actually does it more like this, accentuating beats 1, the and, the beat 2, and beat 4, as in squeezing the strings and then just taking them off. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here, double time for the strumming, of course. Now, so that's one thing that he does, and because when he plays it by himself, he obviously doesn't have a lead guitar solo in there. And then he somewhat just fills it up by throwing in other bass notes and such, kinda like this. I actually do really like it, especially, again, when I play it by myself. So we're going to take a look at how to do that, which notes he picks. It does require, from the strumming hand, a bit of accuracy. So in some ways this is easy, in others it does, yes, require some flat picking skills there. Other than that, like I said, it's just 3 chords. The bottom notes of E major, the bottom notes, well, maybe the whole A major chord there. He sometimes throws in a B chord over an A, I mean. There. And there's, of course, a B major. He plays it as a bar chord. You could totally go for a B dominant 7, I think, I believe. And that's it. He sometimes does this optional, what is it, interlude, and even he also uses as an outro, and then you also need a G major and a D major. So it's not necessarily about the chords, but more the strumming hand needs to be, well, to be driving there as well, and fast. You could play this with the speed of 8s. It works if you palm mute it a little. This is double time, playing it all with downstrokes. Probably works a tad better. You can change it up if you like. So we take a look at all those little things. Of course, the intro there, which is also really easy and cool and fun to play. Other than that, let me see. Well, everything you need to know is going to be in there. So check it out, if you will, at totalguitars.com.